how to create a public work request or a feedback. So as per the previous tutorial, the public work request or feedback can be created without the Cryotos application. Without the use of Cryotos application, a end user or the low level peoples can create a request that to be identified for the top managements. So for if it is like a facility based company or a asset based company or a field service. So this three different sectors, there will be a different type of QR codes generated. So when we take to facility management, the location QR codes will be pasted in and around the premises. So when we take into asset management, the asset QR codes would be pasted on the assets. So if it is a field service, there will be a common QR code based on a location or a asset. So the public users can scan the QR code and they can share the feedbacks or a request based on the problems which has happened. So to create a public work request or a public feedback, we can take into the asset management for an example. So in the asset management, they would be pasting the QR codes in the assets or in the areas of the asset management. So if it is the company with asset management, the asset QR codes would be pasted. So the end users can scan this QR code and share their feedbacks, or the request can be created any damage if they are identifying any damage, and that should be notified immediately even though if they are not a registered user inside the Cryotos application. So using the mobile app scanning, that would be explained in detail in the upcoming tutorials. So if we are having any laptops or desktops, we can have this URL link of a asset or facility locations. You can copy the link and we can go to the browser and paste it the link in the URL. So that will provide you an option to send a feedback or a work request. So to send a feedback, you have to click the feedback and you have to mention the name, email ID, the mobile number and the feedback ratings. And if you want to upload any file, you can upload and submit it. So like this, you can give a feedback for an asset management or for a facility. So when it is coming to facility, you can give a feedback based on the works done in the premises. So if you want to create a work request based on an asset problem, or you are seeing any problem that need to be identified to the top managements, that is to the manager level or to a supervisor level. So you can mention the contact number, you can upload a file, you can mention the description and the problem statement, and if you are entering the email ID, you would get a status notification of the request which you have created. And these are all the customizable fields that can be added inside the application itself. So if you want any other field to be added here in the public work request, the same we can add using the customize option in the work request. So when you are adding a custom field here, that would be reflected in your public work request creation as well. So you can create a request and you can submit it. So that would be notified to the users who are mapped here. So if we are selecting a public work request, create, and we are selecting a template and saving that and adding a user group here in the work request section, so all these users will receive a notification that a request, public work request has been created. So this is the creation of creating a public work request or a feedback.